Alright, we're going to build a fire ring. It's a good place to cook marshmallows, sitting in an Adirondack chair. It's going to be a little bit of a simpler version than some of the other ones we've done. We found a center pin, marked the outside, set a shoulder stone, compacted shoulder stone base, and then a stone dust, about 1 inch stone dust surface. And that's what our bluestone patios are going to set on. But it's amazing how much space a fire ring will eat up. A normal wall, you've seen some of the other videos where we built these, we'll have 15, 16 inches of sidewall around that. If we were to do that here, this is already a 22-foot circle. We'd still only have a little bit of fire, and you wouldn't be able to get close to the, a little bit of space to put your chairs, and you wouldn't be able to get super close to the fire. So what we're doing here is a metal ring. I'll show you where you can source those down in the link below. And we're going to do a soldier course of granite around the outside. The metal ring is going to absorb most of the heat of the fire and keep things contained and keep that thing from just burning the rocks up. And it's going to allow us to do a much narrower profile. So we'll go through the stages here coming up. So we're about finished here. We've run a soldier course of granite stones around that metal rim. And we've set a lot of these aren't finished set, but we've set a lot of the bluestones into it. And we've kind of been going a little fancy, kind of chiseling these guys in, and they're getting buried below grade to begin with. And they've got the pressure of their neighbors if they're nice and tight. Then we're compacting in, and then when the stones are set, we're going to keep them right tight against here. Then we're going to seal it, gator dust it, and that'll be a bound system ready for Adirondack chairs and marshmallows. So we've laid the majority of the patio now, and we're just going to scribe these pieces into the stone. And we want to get them pretty tight because that's part of what's holding all the stone together. And the tighter things are, the less you get issues with water washing things out. So the little scribe trick here, we've set this stone so it's exactly parallel with where it's supposed to go. If it just went directly in, we'd be right in the right place. So we're going to take a measure tape and measure from the inside of that joint, which is where I want this edge to be. It's exactly 2 inches. I've got it even Steven, so it's exactly 2 inches here. Now if I keep my tape measure, and I pull out a little bit of extra just to keep the tape, so I have a visual line to keep the tape measure parallel with all those other lines. And I hit my stone with my dandy crayon, keeping the tape measure parallel and making marking lines so I can connect the dots. And working it together. Connect the dots and grind it out. And we like to use nice thicker pieces, especially if you have to use a small piece. It's nice to make that up with some of the thickness so that you don't have a tippy stone at the end. But that's the marking procedure, and then there's a cutting procedure. I'm going to make a video on the different saws that we use and the diamond blades we use. So if you subscribe, you'll see that video too, and it'll explain the best way to cut different types of stones with the right materials. So we've cut it out. Pop it off. Here's the big moment. There it is. Drops in, we run that 1/2 inch joint. We're going to put that gator dust all the way around. We're going to rinse this. After we're done setting everything, we're going to saturate it with water, work the joints tight with the stone dust, wet stone dust, so it packs in. Then pull that out. You'll see that we have a full patio video that explains all the procedures to the bluestone process. But that's going to make a nice place to cook a marshmallow.